What's up, everybody, and welcome back into the Play the Fights on College Football Show. G5 Game of the Week in Rivalry Week. Week 14 is upon us, and it brings us a G5 beauty. Friday morning. This is a Friday morning game. We are going to break down Miami of Ohio and Bowling Green. Let's like the video to kick things off. If it's your first time visiting us as a Bowling Green fan or a Miami of Ohio fan, hit the subscribe button. We cover all college football, 134 through 134. That includes your beautiful G5 teams like these two. We do a G5 Game of the Week preview every week, and we appreciate you being here. With that, let's go to JP. JP, initial thoughts, G5, Week 14. They're fighting for that one spot in the college football playoff, but it's been a successful and fun G5 season nonetheless.
For sure. And I think the MAC has there's a difference between what the MAC's been in the past, where it feels like it's been one or two good teams that run that conference. I feel like there's three or four this year, and Bowling Green, Miami, both being one of them. I'm pumped to watch this one because we've talked Bowling Green on this, but we haven't got a chance to talk as much Miami of Ohio,
Right.
even other than our breakdowns in the preseason and then some other small stuff. So I'm really pumped to talk these two, as these Miami of Ohio, traditionally a good MAC team, and Bowling Green kind of making itself a resurgence at the top of the MAC.
Yeah, Bowling Green being fun is super fun for college football. Reese, your thoughts on the G5? Are these two teams early?
I mean, you talk about this is Maction. It's going to be cold. It's going to be windy. It might snow. Like, if you're looking for a football game in Maction, like, this is it.
What a beautiful way to kick off your Black Friday. Your mom goes out shopping. Maybe people are still sleeping, napping from your Thanksgiving comas. Flip on the Bowling Green and Miami of Ohio game. So with that, let's go into the preview of the matchup. Reminder to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Shop No Rivals, our great partner over at No Rivals. ShopNoRivals.com. Use the code PTFS at checkout for free shipping on any of your orders. They don't have these two teams, but don't fret. You can go under the teams tab all the way down to the bottom. There's a request your team button. Throw it out there because they'll go get these two teams.
Both these two teams would have great hats.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful brands here. And it would be fun. So go request those teams. Our friends over at No Rivals will get them added, and we will start slinging hats. Use the code PTFS at checkout if you find any other premium collegiate headwear that you must have for the holiday season. We love our great partner. Shout out No Rivals. With that, let's go into the game preview. Let's break this one down. Bowling Green, Miami of Ohio. This one's going to be an absolute barn burner. Win, and you're in. Looking to play Ohio in the MAC title. Both of these teams sit at 6-1 in the conference and 7-4 overall. They rattle off 5 straight. Both Bowling Green and Miami of Ohio have rattled off 5 straight to get to this spot. What a huge game. JP, take us through it.
Yeah, this total doesn't sit very high, I believe, around the 39 range. There are a couple of things that people don't see with Miami of Ohio, as we've talked about Bowling Green and their ability to throw the football to their tight end, Harold Fannin, who leads the country in receiving yards, I believe. There is a Miami of Ohio team that sits very balanced. Gabbert, their quarterback, doesn't turn the ball over very much. He's usually like 1 or 2 touchdowns and no interceptions each week. They have a good running back that finds a way just under 1,000 yards in Mosey. He'll go over 1,000 in this one, even with a poor day. This Miami of Ohio team doesn't really beat themselves, right? They're very well coached. They know who they are. They're going to go through a lot of situations where they're going to have to play their brand of football, and I think Bowling Green's going to have to do the same thing. Who can impose their will a little bit more? So if you are looking at this game wondering if it's just going to be like 45-40, I'm going to go ahead and doubt that. This one's going to be close and low scoring. Miami of Ohio, again, like they don't do one thing super well on offense. They're right in the middle of everything. They're very balanced in what they do. Both defenses are really solid, so watch for Bowling Green to make their hay at home. And you're 2-point favorite because you're at home in a spot where you get a chance to go play for a conference title. So on the other side, watching Bazelak and getting the ball to Fannin, he's a little banged up right now, assuming he'll play just with, the magnitude of the situation in this game. So I'm excited to watch those two. But this Miami of Ohio team is no joke, man. They've got multitude of guys with 4 or 5 plus sacks on the year. They've got a couple of guys. The solo pick, I want to make sure I say that right, just under 100 tackles on the year, and they got 4 or 5 more right around the 55 to 75 range. So 2 really good defenses, 2 teams that don't beat themselves with playmakers on the ball. So pumped to watch this one because I feel like this is going to be a 1-possession game late, and somebody's going to have a ball with a chance to go win it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly where I see this game as well. Miami of Ohio, you take a look at their season and as a whole, they haven't lost a football game since October 5th, gentlemen. I mean, it's been a while since this program's seen a loss of the reigning MAC title game champions. It's a good team. It's an experienced team. You mentioned Gabbert, the brother of former Mizzou quarterback Blaine Gabbert back in the day. Shout out old college football. But you look at the early part of their schedule, they drop a game to a pretty bad, what turned out to be a bad Northwestern team. All these Power 4 games Miami lost early in the season besides their Toledo loss back on the 5th of October. But both teams are tested. But if you look at the other side in Bowling Green, they're a little bit more battle tested. The teams they've played, they competed on the road in Happy Valley against Penn State, who's a top 10 team late in the season. Then they go on the road and compete at A&M, who's a college football playoff ranked team after week 13. I mean, it's an impressive resume what Bowling Green's put together. They've rattled off 5 straight, including a dismantling of Ball State last week, 38-13. I really like this Falcons team and what they bring to the table. Indiana transfer Connor Blasiak's on his 3rd home. I mean, he came from originally a different school than Indiana. We've seen him in his time there. I actually got to see him play in Lincoln against Nebraska. He's a pretty good quarterback, and he's been huge for this group, especially throwing to his weapons on the outside, which JP mentioned, and Harold Parrott. But he is an elite quarterback. He's been great. He's been exactly what this team needed. They've played against better teams. I like Bowling Green in this spot for that reason. I think they can take advantage of the experience that they've gained throughout the season, maybe back Miami of Ohio out of that MAC title with the experience they've had. But both teams are hot right now, so it could go either way. But I like the Falcons. Off the rip, Reese, your initial thoughts on this matchup?
You talked about, Bazelak. He just got to find a way to not do too much. This Bowling Green offense, they're averaging 150 yards on the ground, so I got a feeling they're going to lean on that because that Miami of Ohio defense is pretty solid. John Strader, their quarterback, he's leading the nation in passes defended. So if they're going to find a way to limit their top guy, you talk about the injury too to their tight end JP too, like losing him too in the blocking game too could be massive as well. And one thing that I think you look at too, a stat that stands out, this Miami of Ohio team, in the red zone, they only convert touchdowns on 41% of those chances they get. And if you want to try to win this football game and get yourself into a MAC championship game, you got to be more successful there in that. You got to have Gabbert be more efficient. They got to do something when they get to those spots. So yeah, you lean Bowling Green in this spot. It's a cold, windy, ugly football game. The defense has got to show up. The offense just got to find a way to capitalize when somebody makes a mistake.
I like that breakdown. I want to put out one quick stat that kind of jumps out to me where it's going to be the difference in this game. Miami of Ohio has really struggled this year on 3rd down. Only 32% they're converting on 3rd down. And where has Bowling Green been really, really good on the defensive side of the ball? 3rd down, people. They're only giving up 30% of their 3rd downs converted against him. So if Bowling Green can get off the field at home in a monumental spot for their program going forward to try and get into a MAC title game against Ohio, I really like him in this spot. So I'll kick it off roundtable style scoring, final predictions. I like the Falcons to win at home. I do think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be that MAC style, kind of just a perfect pairing of what JP and Reese broke down. I like Bowling Green at home, 27-21 or 27-24 in this spot, and they will roll into the MAC title game and make it 6 straight wins for that program. What do you think, JP?
I had Bowling Green preseason in my MAC title and possibly my MAC champion. I can't back off that now. So we're here. I'm going to take the 2. I think this Miami of Ohio team has a very good defense. Go look at their numbers in MAC play. It's easily the best defense in the MAC. I just think Bowling Green at home with a defense that's just as good and just, I'm going to say better playmaker. I think
one of the best playmakers in the country. Yeah, you can obviously say that.
So I'm going to take Bowling Green here at home.
All right, 2 on Bowling Green. Reese, you going to save us, or we have unanimous pick on screen? I'm not sure where Jake's going to go. He's obviously not a part of the show tonight on this side of things, but he was a part of our full live show. Check that out, by the way. What do you think, Reese?
I'm taking the Falcons here. I just think the home team in this spot too. The team is playing a little bit better offensively. I just think they're going to have a little bit more going for them. I'll take Bowling Green in this spot, 2017.
All right, I like that. Fly, Falcons, fly. We're all on the Falcons to get into the MAC title game. We'll see where Jake goes with his pick on the ATS board, but this is the G5 game of the week. Check out our full preview of Rivalry Week over on our YouTube underneath the Lives tab. We just got off that show. We appreciate you being here. Reminder to hit that like button, the subscribe button on this video for all your G5 college football coverage. Find me another show where they're talking that's not based on this conference or these 2 teams, where they're talking Miami of Ohio and Bowling Green rolling into Rivalry Week. You can't. That's just what we do here. We cover 134 through 134. We love you. We appreciate you being here. Reese, take us away.
See you next time, boys. Play it.